All right, everybody, here we go. We're back. We haven't done a live show in a long time, it feels like. So we're going to be getting back into the swing of things here with a special hangout night. It is that night, finally, at long last. We've been talking about this thing for like almost a year. When we actually got the go on this project. I guess we didn't really talk to you all about it for a few months after that, but it's been a long time coming, and it is finally time to get this project underway, folks. I'm back. It's me. It's Tom. It says Tom Ryder right there. That's all you need to know. Everything you need to know is right there. Okay. We have people hanging out with us already. Michael is here. Facebook user, I don't know who you are. What we need you to do there is if you go over to StreamYard.com/Facebook, it will let the Facebook and StreamYard talk to each other. We'll be able to see your name just like this. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, it's Larry, or you can just tell us. Of course, that won't help us later in the broadcast. But yes, we can certainly talk. We can certainly talk to you. We are also in 3 places. So we are in 2 Facebook chats. We are in my feed, of course. We are in the Comic Unity feed, and then we are on the, for some reason, YouTube feed, which somehow has been growing. I don't know why. I don't ever market the thing. It's an archive for what we do, but somehow it's growing, so that's good. Larry, every now and then, every 6 months to a year, your connection cuts off and it makes you reconnect. That's basically all it is. But enough about me. Tonight, guys, it's Bad Kitty. We are launching this project in 34 minutes. I should say Dynamite. I don't know which way to go. I haven't done a live show in so long. I don't know what I'm doing. It's the Dynamite though, guys. This is not my campaign. It is a Dynamite campaign. It is Bad Kitty. Bad Kitty is not a Big Dog Inc. character. Bad Kitty is a Dynamite character. We're going to talk all about Bad Kitty. We're going to talk about Dynamite. And we're going to talk to right now the guy who I asked to come be a part of this with me because I knew he would absolutely crush it. It is CB Zane.
Hello.
Who appears to have you're either in a new place or you've done a new setup in your office there. Because I don't remember Silver Surfer. I don't remember the Dawn Boobs.
No, they've been there for a while.
Have they?
All up here, yeah.
Okay.
Most people will. I just try to pivot the camera a little bit once in a while to keep things fresh. And partly because my green screen virtual background wasn't working out the way I wanted. It made me look like I was like a ghost.
A ghost? You have to have an actual green screen.
I know.
You know that, right?
Right. I usually I have a like a curtain that usually I can sit behind that works pretty well, but I didn't want to position myself that way. So you got this. You got Silver Surfer and Ray.
I think you're fine. So this is your first. Well, let's bring in our moderator here because she's going to help us keep this whole thing going. Yeah. I think you've reached the point of moving beyond unofficial moderator to official live chat moderator. You've done enough of these.
Trying to keep it on the rails as much as possible.
That's right. Shawnee is here with us, of course. So we do want to talk about this book. This is Bad Kitty, guys. This is a book from Dynamite Comics. It is part of their Chaos sort of like imprint sub-universe thing, although it does cross over with things like Vampirella and that kind of stuff as well. So there we go. Now we got you. We got you. So basically what happened is, really quickly, last year I got introduced to Nick Barucci, who's the head over at Dynamite. And we were just chit-chatting about things. I don't know, comic book shopping network stuff and selling books and so on. And I just kind of casually asked him, like, so, you know, what's going on with Chaos? And he was like, well, this and this and this and this. And oh, cool. So I basically, this was the pitch, everybody, right? Are you ready? This is how you go and pitch to somebody. This is how you do it, because it worked. I said, well, why don't you tell me when you need Bad Kitty? That was the pitch. That was the entire pitch. And immediately the response was, well, why don't we crowdfund it? And I was like, oh, okay. So I guess we're doing this. So that's it. It's as easy as that, to pitch to a publisher and get
and
a
then
job.
You have to figure out who you're going to pull into the insanity.
That's right. And so that was super exciting. You know, Bad Kitty, we really wanted to actually try and get this out last year. We were trying to really haul balls, because last year was the 20-year anniversary of Bad Kitty. It came out in 2001. But you know, because we were it was the last quarter of the year. It was also right when I had my elbow problems, right? I couldn't even sit at my desk and write. It all kind of just went for a while, and then it kind of perked back up, and we got it done. And so we finally got Dynamite to find a spot in it for their schedule. Of course, you're like, yeah, that's fine. That's why do you think we brought her here?
I know.
I mean,
I don't blame you.
And so, you know, the next thing that they asked me was, oh, do you have somebody you want to draw it? And basically I had sort of a 1 and a 1A that I wanted to pick, because I didn't know what sort of a style they were looking for. And so it was basically immediately I was like, well, CB Zane. And I told him, like, you know, he's worked for me. He's worked for Devil's Due. He's worked for a lot of indie guys. Here's his samples. And then it was Carlos Reno, who was a very different style than CB. But I thought maybe they would want to go either way. But I kind of felt like, because I had worked with CB on a lot of sort of like Goth Day and stuff, like sort of darker projects, I knew that this project was going to kind of be like Goth Day in a way, that I kind of was like, look at this, like, look at this. And they were like, yeah, we like this a lot. So it was just that's it. CB's in. And by the way, I don't know who you are, Mr. User. I have no idea. So if you want to go to StreamYard.com /Facebook, it'll let you talk to everything. And we can see you just like that. So CB was in, and I had to start doing the script. We started talking to artists about trying to get into some covers, because again, we were trying to really hustle this thing. And we had a lot of people that dove in right away with some covers. So they've been sitting on these for quite a while. Like Shannon Mayer, once we had the go for him, I mean, he had it turned around very quickly, and he's just basically kept his mouth shut, you know, for the next 9 months. Before we started teasing things, and basically I wanted to try and do like a mix of BDI artists that probably hadn't done anything for Dynamite, at least as far as I knew, and some of the Dynamite people. And that's exactly what we got. I pitched out 6 or 7 names. We got all but one. And the one was just because they were too busy. They just couldn't do it. Although in hindsight, now we had extra time, probably could have done it. But regardless, that's issue 2. That's issue
exactly. They're further, hopefully, new issue, next issue.
That's right. And so it all just got underway, and we got Chris Chua to join us on colors. So it's interesting. It's a Big Dog Inc. team working on a Dynamite book that is a character that's been mostly dormant for the last, you know, what is it, almost 12 years or so? Like I think it was 20. Well, so yeah, almost 8 years, 9 years, because the last thing they did was there was a one shot in like 2014.
It was 2014.
I think it was. Yeah. And then she did appear in a couple of crossover things. Like there was a Chaos Red Sonja crossover and stuff. So she was a sort of a minor character in there. But she hasn't had her own sort of focused comic in a long time. And so I used to be a fan of the book back in the day. And so that was why I basically was like, Nick, what are you doing? I mean, you got these characters and they're just sitting around doing nothing. So what can we do? And that was it. So, and the more that I talk about it, the more I realize that most people, unless they were there, they really don't know who Bad Kitty is. Like, and the other thing is you said today that this was your first Dynamite book, CV, which I kind of thought was the case, but I wasn't positive. And it's my first one too, and I'm sure it's Chris's as well. So we're all first timers in the Dynamite pool. What was your knowledge of Bad Kitty, if any, when we got this started?
I knew who the character was. It took me a little bit to go back and kind of see the artwork that went with it, to be like, oh yeah, I remember that in my comic shop. Yeah, Bad Kitty. And then it started like rolling. It was like, oh yeah, that was like with whole time when Purgatory was big, and Chastity. It was a big one that I liked, actually. So yeah, it kind of came back to me. I probably picked up a Bad Kitty or two back then. I've since gone back and got the original series, just because I wanted to be able to see, like, I purposely
because you want to be able to flip it when we make this a big thing.
Yeah, sure. I wanted to do
research.
better.
It's research.
You're right. No, I didn't look at it. The only thing I really looked at was the art, or the cover art, because I wanted to get a feel for what the character looked like, and then kind of put, I guess, my spin on it, but still honor the original Bad Kitty, because I know, Tom, that's what you were talking about, was not the second, the
2014.
Yeah. You wanted to go back to her roots, kind of. And
yeah.
So,
we wanted that big hair. We wanted, that we wanted to go back to that moment in time.
Yeah.
Even though we're now 20 years ahead,
right.
We wanted the visual sense to kind of land in its origins.
Yep. So that's where I kind of jumped in again, if you will, and ran with that. So. Yeah, and I mean, how can you not like drawing a leather-clad blonde, who, with supernatural elements? I mean, that's just, man, oh man, it's perfect.
It's the best of everything,
right?
Exactly. See?
Yeah, we're gonna throw a few pages at you here as well. We'll go through the covers too, but we want to show you what the insides of this book look like too, because it's crazy, it's amazing. Everybody did a great job on this book. I hope you guys all really dig it. It is a sort of a, it is in ways the word that I hate, which is the retcon, but it is kind of a retcon, because the 2014 Bad Kitty was a reimagining of the character. And so instead of using that, I wanted to kind of go back to before that happened. And Nick and Dynamite, they were like, yeah, take us back. Let's start at the beginning. Let's reintroduce the character to the people that know her, and then let's create a new story for everybody that doesn't know her, and take it forward. So that was essentially, again, that was sort of the second half of the pitch. Is like, what do you want to do? Well, I want to go back to Louisiana. I want to go back to the boyfriend that was killed. I want to touch on all the threads that made her who she is, but then thread outwards as well with all of our new and fancy things that we're trying to make some plans for. And I think CB did a great job on all of this stuff. The design of it, I mean, basically the design of it, it's mostly what you understand. There's little tinkerings that went on with it, but I think as we get to go forward, should we get to go forward, we'll be able to really play with situations and design elements and really have fun with it. I mean, ultimately, Bad Kitty is, sort of a supernatural Punisher style character, where she's dealing with zombies and voodoo and vampires and just all kinds of monsters. And our book is no different. It is steeped in what she is, including our little gator friend there.
Yep.
No,
Yeah,
no.
the the thing I remember you talking about when you sort of were throwing the basis of the story at me is you said there's a sprinkle of sort of James Bond in there. So for me visually, well, that's not giving away much.
No.
I mean, outside is, she likes her martinis stirred, not shaken,
That's right.
But,
Gasp.
But given that and who she was, trying to put that all together and make her feel cool with just a little bit of that retro to it, still be like, the bad girl. It was interesting. And then when he brought in Chris gave it a whole new kind of vibe to it, because his colors are so, I just keep coming back to, like, they have this neon feel about them. It doesn't,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't feel retro, but it works so well to give it sort of a new life.
Yeah, it's very bright. I shouldn't even say bright. It's just very,
like, his colors would look fantastic if you took any one of the pages of this book and put it on acrylic to hang up on your wall. Like, it would just so pop. And that page you put up is a great example of it. It just, the lights, So, hey, Justin. Woo. So it was a really neat pairing, because I wasn't like all that familiar with Chris's work. I've seen some of it, and as I started seeing stuff come back, I mean, the first thing I saw was the cover, and I was just like, man, that's fantastic. The way he did the shadow on her with the trees, so you could see some of the moonlight coming through. I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun pairing, and he certainly didn't disappoint. And looking at the page that you saw now, looking at that cover, I mean, the whole interior really looks like that, and that's super cool.
I think for me, it's vibrantly atmospheric.
Yep.
It's kind of how it's, because again, it's not bright colors, but yeah, you get those wonderful pops of color wheels, but it still has a good atmosphere. You kind of, it's a little noir. You still drawn in, but yeah, it's a cool mix. He did a great job.
See, that's how you get paid the big bucks, Shawnee, because you come up with words like vibrantly atmospheric. That's perfect. You should write.
A perfect example of like what he can do from daytime to nighttime. It's, I mean, this is your book, guys. Yeah. This is the book. This is not just covers. This is not, like promotional art or whatever. This is the book. To me, it's definitely got a different vibe to it than a lot of Dynamite stuff has, which again, I wanted that too. I wanted this to kind of stand out when people looked at it. Now, I mean, let's be honest, that could be good, that could be bad. If people are really in the Dynamite sort of style, it might be too jarring. But I think overall, especially with the idea that we've taken this back to roots, with that, you go back and look at that old color. It's bright yellow hair. It's blue skies in the night and so on. Like, I think we really kind of tapped into what it was in order to bring it, to what we want it to be now. So yeah,
especially if you're taking her back to her roots in New Orleans, Louisiana. That's those are the colors down there. That's that saturation of. So yeah, I think we'll see. It'll be interesting to see a lot of people. Anybody who has their heart set on the original Dynamite. But I think there's enough new blood and new people with interest in out there who are going to be willing to go with it.
There's definitely that right balance of, if you don't know anything about Bad Kitty and you're looking for a cool new book, here it is. And if you have a bit of nostalgia for it, there's that too. I don't think it disappoints.
And badass. Who doesn't like badass? Come on.
Right?
And there's some boobs.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
It was we've got the blondes, bullets, and bayous up here as our little tagline. That again, that's also a throwback to some of the taglines they used to do with Chaos. I wanted to do that with the 3 B's, and we could actually throw in the 4th boob one if we wanted to. It's, it fits, it works, it's fine. But yeah, everything we wanted to kind of touch back while also moving it forward. And we'll show you guys some of the, now also anybody who's watching this, there is a link in the post. That link will take you to the sign up page for the project. It is on IndiGoGo. Dynamite is using IndiGoGo. Click the link. Hopefully it's clickable and you don't have to copy paste, but click the link or copy paste it, sign up. We're going to launch this thing in 16 minutes. Dynamite will be launching it in 16 minutes, assuming somebody's at the office with their finger ready to push go, I hope. So, I don't know if that link will take you right to the project once it's launched, but it will give you the email and it'll send you an email link immediately as soon as it is launched that you'll be able to click and then jump right over and pledge. So we want to show you some of the covers that we've got here. Of course, we showed you CB's earlier there, CB and Chris. We did. Why do I feel like I'm missing one? No, they're here. Okay. The first person that I went and bugged and tapped on the shoulder was, of course, Shannon Mayer. Shannon and I have worked together for a long, long time. So he's also been working for Dynamite already. So it was kind of a really easy, like, hey, do you want to come do a thing for Dynamite? He was like, yeah, that sounds cool. So Shannon was first, turned in an amazing cover. They did give us a brand new logo as well. That is our logo for this book. I looked back at some of the previous logos and I was like, if we're going new here, can we get a new logo? They were like, yeah, let's do it. So they gave us a brand new logo, which is awesome. Love it. Talked to, we have comments. I don't know who the comments are. Yes, it is nice. It's very nice. Very nice. Talked right away also to Brian Peterson, who, as you all know, I have locked in the basement, so he's constantly working at all times.
I knew it. I knew you had him.
I was like, Brian, we need you to do something. And he was like, yeah, okay. And so, again, awesome, amazing, awesome cover. Alenia DiNapoli on the colors. Super cool. I actually love when we were talking about the logos, and I told them to put the logo down the bottom. I assumed they were going to put it sort of across her legs, but when they put it behind her, I was like, oh, I like that.
Really
that's
cool.
Like we get a little 3D effect there. So yeah, that was very cool.
So did they take care of putting the logos in on all the covers then, Tom?
They did them all, showed them to me, and then I told them the way that I wanted it.
Okay. Because you gave me a sneak peek of all the covers, and it was the logos on them are really cool. Even some of the other ones are just as like kind of creative and cool.
Yep. They did give us we saw it here, the stacked cover. So there's the stacked, and then there's the full layout there. Here is, of course, Mr. Joe Linsner of Dawn fame, among other things. This is his second cover for me, which is cool. He did a Legend of Oz cover, what feels like a million years ago. That was a Jesse James Comics exclusive. And so this was another one that I just was like, what do you think? Has he got time? And they were like, well, we'll find out. And so he did it. So we really appreciate that. It is awesome.
The way the logo goes, because it almost looks like it's split, like the skull is in between the two. It's interesting. It's cool placement.
Yeah, absolutely. It is awesome. Facebook user, we don't know who you are. So if you want to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, we'll be able to see you just like that. So Joe Linsner, awesome. We have Maria Sanapo. I think this is the only one that Lucky made it onto. The cat.
Okay.
I mean, we can certainly say that he's probably in the shadows on CB's cover somewhere. He's hanging out somewhere. You'll have to, when you get these covers to sign CB, you'll have to like take a yellow marker and just like draw in Lucky's eyes as a remark. Like every time.
There you go. Yeah.
So there's Lucky. Man, Lucky has a story too. Lucky turned into a werewolf one time. But he's fine now. He's fine now. He's okay.
He got better.
Yeah, he got better. It's not a problem. Maria Sanapo there. Now, this was a guy who I actually contacted to do work for Big Dog Inc. And his name is Michael Maria. And he told me, I can't, man. I appreciate it, but exclusive with Dynamite. So as soon as this came around, I was like, so I want Michael.
Hello.
I'm gonna cheat the system, and I'm gonna get a Michael cover for something that I'm doing. So again, super cool. I like the blue logo.
Yeah.
Lets it pop, because if it was red, it would kind of disappear into the background.
Yep.
So that one came out really good. Super cool.
And that one feels so like it has such a nice grungy feel to it.
Mhm. And look, CB's other favorite, a motorcycle.
Yeah, I know. So much fun drawing all that.
Yeah, we made him draw a few.
Yeah.
Made him draw a few. And then I think the last one here, I'm looking at the stuff, is Bill McKay. Bill doing the big close up. Like I was working with him trying to, because he had some stuff that he did like layouts, and I was like, oh man, they look like kind of everything else that we do. We don't want to just have everybody standing with the gun on their shoulder. So we kind of like pushed some things around, like what about this? What about this? And then I showed him sort of a reference pose. And he was like, oh yeah, I can do that. I was like, cool. So we got this nice close up. The stacked logo works really good on it. Yeah, so Mr. McKay has joined.
It's a gradient color logo too. I like that.
Yeah, and I think this might be Bill's first Dynamite cover. I have to check with him on that. But I can't ever remember him talking about Dynamite doing covers. So I think this might be his first cover, which would be cool.
It might be.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to bug him and see. Now, of course, on the campaign, you have all the logo editions. Just like Dynamite always does, there are Virgin editions. There are some black and white editions. There are metal editions. I mean, this is a sort of typical crowdfunding campaign with all of that kind of stuff. There are 2 cosplay covers as well, done by Rachel, and I can never remember her last name. As her Twitter handle is not her name, and I can never remember her name. But she's one of Dynamite's big cosplay performers, artists, and so she's got 2 cosplay covers. One is the like the standard in the jacket and so on, and then the other one is a little more risque version where she's kind of on the bed. There's like bullets on the bed, and she's kind of aiming forward. She's a little more risque version for you folks that like the adult versions of it. I don't know if anyone cares about that or not. It's there if you
this
want.
Crowd, no.
No.
We aim to please.
Would that be the 5th B then? Bedroom or?
That's right. Yes. Hans, bullets, bayous, boobs, and bedrooms.
Boudoirs.
Yeah.
Oh, much better. Much better.
Yeah.
Johnny outrights the writer.
Yeah. Better than bidets.
Yes.
Yes.
So
that's a whole different cover.
if anyone has any questions,
it's a big splash. Wait, sorry.
Splash page. That's a whole different splash page. Yeah. Yep. If anyone's got any questions, please feel free to shout out here. Again, this is going to be on IndiGoGo in roughly 8 minutes. This is our first time doing anything with Dynamite. So it's all kind of new to us as well. So you're welcome to ask us questions. We'll hang out here for a little bit after launch, make sure we want to see it. We want to see what's going on. Figure out what exactly is happening. There are stretch goals, of course, that they are working on to produce, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There is, if you guys like to have graded stuff, there is a, Edward, the link is in wherever you are watching this. There's a link in, I don't know which room you're in, whether it's Comic Unity or my own page, but if you go up to the post, it is in that link or in that post.
Yeah, it's in the overview button.
Right.
Up above on the post. If you click on that and say see more, you'll see the link there.
There you go. There it is. And then we'll attempt to post the actual live link too, once it's actually legitimately live. But that should take you to the sign up page, and then it may or may not activate like Kickstarter does. I'm just not sure. This is all new to us, so we're kind of along for the ride as you guys are. So if you have any questions about the book, about the artist, you got any questions for CB, let me know. That is what we're here for. Again, we got about 7 minutes before someone over at Dynamite should push go. in theory.
Do we
We're mentally
know,
so
Tom,
making sure somebody's there, right?
are they planning on promoting this on their website? Have they said anything about
Yes.
that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They've been doing stuff on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all their stuff. So yeah, it'll be across the Dynamite stuff as well. So if you guys are following Dynamite in any capacity, you'll get those links in those wherever you are. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, this book has been in our back pocket for a long time.
Right.
And I've talked about it for too long. And I know everybody's tired of it. Just shut up. When is it coming? And finally, I was, yeah.
Yep.
Now it's 6 minutes away. It's happening in 6 minutes. But yeah, I was like, yeah, man. I mean, it's not up to me. It's them. They got to fit it in their schedule. They do a lot of crowdfunding as well. So
it's an interesting place to be in, to feel like I'm so attached to this and have almost no control over it, you know?
Yeah.
It's unique because I want it to do well, because I want to do issue 2, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
well,
but that's up to everybody else out there to let people know.
That's right.
Go get it. And
that's right. The more we can spread the link around, the better. Everybody, of course, obviously. But yeah, this is exciting. So this is my first. It's my first full comic I've written for another company. I did write a backup story for somebody, but that was just a few pages. So it's not really, I wrote a comic for somebody. This is my first real comic for somebody else. Mick and all the editors and Cindy, who did the logo, and everybody over there, they were really great with me, because I was a pain in the ass, because I wanted it sort of my way. Right. But that was part of the deal that I made with Nick. I was like, Nick, do you want me to write this and walk away? Or do you want me to write this and then sort of help, create it visually and everything? And he was like, yo, I want you to be the lead of all of this stuff. And I was like, that's what I'm here for. And so, we went through all the systems that we needed to do with Dynamite to get everything done. And it's finally done. And now that I've done it, I kind of have a sense of it. Right. And so when we get the go, when I'm saying it, I'm putting it into the universe. When we get the go to do another one, I feel like we'll all have a little more idea of what the hell is going on, how fast we can move things, barring my arms falling off again. So I have been given the okay actually to write something else as well. It is 100%. No one knows. I'm not telling you anything. But I have been given the go ahead to write something else. So. Yeah. And that one has absolutely no deadline on it. It is a wide open thing. So it's just sort of and I've been working on it, tinkering with it. I want to make it awesome. But they have given me the go ahead to do something. So clearly they like what I did here. They like what CB did here. And so it's about to be in your hands as to whether we get to do more of this. And I will tell you that I've already pitched more of this. I already sent them the pitch of do a miniseries 1 through 4. This is what it is. Second miniseries 1 through 4. This is what it is. This is how it connects to the other thing that you want me to write. So it's sort of like the pitch is basically to create this sort of little side world within all of the chaos stuff. That they're already doing. And they just kind of have to, they've okayed me to do the other book. Now they have to give me the okay to, tie it all together. And that'll come from this campaign. If we can make this campaign a success, then that'll open the doors to, all kinds of wild and crazy stuff.
So, hey, Tom, I know that Bad Kitty, obviously is not a BI in the media, but do you consider her now a big dog? One of your characters? Essentially.
Oh, no. It's, that would be like me writing Wonder Woman, right? And being like, okay. Yeah, Wonder Woman, I think it's cool to be able to, put my stamp on something like this. It's a conversation that a lot of writers have. Like, I want to write for Marvel, I want to write for DC, whatever it is. I want to write Green Lantern or whatever, right? Like, I get it. I get all of that, but this was way more appealing to me than you know, trying to like figure out how to write Wonder Woman. Like this is probably not going to happen. So, and I don't even know what it would be if I did get to do it. Because again, you got a character that's like 80 years old. I mean, that's a lot of storytelling that's already been done. So with Bad Kitty, you know, we got to go in and she had about a dozen issues with Chaos, roughly, like a couple of miniseries for herself, some crossovers, a couple of one shots. Like there wasn't a lot. And so coming into this, it was like, okay, I can take all of this because it's not monumentally obtrusive. I can take all of this, use all of this, kind of put it in the background while telling a story that goes forward. So that was the goal. That was the goal. And I don't know if is that a similar thing like for UCB? Like you get to draw a character that, you know, I mean, you were always drawing characters that aren't yours, but
right.
in the context of like moving from company to company, you know, is it similar? Like, are there things that you want to draw for other companies?
Oh, I would love to have a chance to play in other people's, you know, houses, so to speak. But yeah, it's cool because there's always that challenge of like owning the character with your style, but. Mm-hmm. But to me, it's very important to stay true to the character as well. Like I couldn't just go in. We'll use Wonder Woman since you brought it up. I couldn't just go in and radically change the way that she looks. But drawing her in my own style would be a lot of fun, actually. And it's funny. I mean, obviously, my goal as an artist early on was to draw for one of the big two. Mm-hmm. But now that I've become part of this indie world, it's not as big a deal. I mean, the only reason I think I would want to do it is just to say, hey, I drew Spider-Man once, you know? Outside of that, I find a lot of the indie characters more interesting almost, you know?
Sure.
And Bad Kitty is just something that I think is in my wheelhouse. So it was really cool to draw her, like, especially with, you know, that noir aspect about it that I really have felt in tune with. Having done Goth Day, Black Rabbit has a very kind of noir feel to it.
Yep.
And I really kind of like that. It's, you know, it's not superhero where you're doing like super over the top dynamic action. You know, I with Bad Kitty, I thought of it more as, all right, I'm going to take elements of the film and put it down on paper. I wanted it to feel cinematic, and I use that process a lot in terms of, okay, if I'm literally looking through a camera and I'm filming this, you know, what's my establishing shot here? What do I want to show here? And it's really cool. And I found myself being more influenced by watching how film is made than actually looking at other comic books to see how things are done. From a storytelling aspect, and that's always been my favorite part about doing interiors, is the storytelling. It's so unique, and even, you know, we've talked about this before, Tom and Shawnee. You've probably heard me say this too, but even my covers, for the most part, like, it's great to do cheesecake and it's great to do pinup stuff. I love doing that too, but for the most part, if I'm doing a book, especially if it's like the main cover, it needs to have a story element to it. I just think it's so important that the main cover of any of my books is an element of the story inside. And I think Bad Kitty was that too. And when I first did that cover, I didn't have a whole lot to go off of, because I don't think I had even seen the script at that point. You were just like, yeah, here's what's going on, you know. And I luckily, having worked with Tom now for over 10 years, about 10 years, somewhere like that. I kind of get Tom now. You know, before we would go back and forth and it would be, nah, edit this, do this, do this. And now he can pitch me a few ideas, like, okay, I know where Tom's going now. And usually I'm pretty close these days.
Yeah. Well, all the Goth Day stuff, especially all the last few pages where the redacted comes up from the redacted and you know, it's the redacted. I mean, really good, like really good stuff. So yeah,
and the beep and the beep beep and then goes in the beep.
Yep.
That's right. See, Shawnee knows.
Yeah.
She knows all about it. Yeah, for sure. So guys, I dropped in the link for you here. It is the preview link. So whoever is at Dynamite is asleep at the wheel. We're 3 minutes in and they haven't gone live. But that preview link will take you to the campaign. You can actually look at the campaign right now. You are welcome to scroll through it. Just hit refresh every now and then, and as soon as it's live,
I think it might be live.
Did it just go live?
I have a button that says support this, so
I
think
there it is. It is live. It is officially live, folks. There we go. Bad Kitty is here. This is my first time looking at this campaign. Looks kind of nice, actually.
Yeah,
they did a good job. I've just been doing all of the sort of background stuff, dealing with the editors and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is my first time actually seeing this thing. So kind of cool.
It is.
And I haven't really dealt with, in fact, I want to get this link out to everybody. I haven't really dealt with IndiGoGo before. So this whole system is a little bit new to me. So if any of you guys are looking at it and you have questions, please let me know, and we'll see if we can figure them out together, because it's all new to all of us.
Yeah. Did you have anything to do with the video, or is that all Dynamite?
I have not seen the video. I know that I am in the video because I did it was funny because they wanted me to do like just a quick talk about Bad Kitty. And Raphael, it's in the actual thread. It's in the actual thread. Wherever you are, it is in the thread. I just posted it in the thread for my feed and for the Comic Unity feed. So just kind of scroll through the thread. And there it is again for you.
I'll throw it in there too, just in case.
Yeah. So I haven't done a video like that in a long time. So I was like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. So I just started so I sat down in front of the computer and I just started like talking, like, what do I say? Like this, I wrote some things down, tried to like memorize it, which I'm terrible at. I'm way better just sort of off the cuff than like, I'm no actor. I'm not going to read a script and know what the hell I'm doing. So, but what was funny is I took like about an hour to figure out how I was going to say this and memorize the lines so that my eyes weren't doing this, like, because I didn't want to read it and have my eyes be weird. So I actually did memorize it, and I actually did the whole thing in one take. Like I was fully prepared to like have to cut it and edit it, and and I was just like, it was like, so 1 hour of time for prep was like 45 seconds of actual I'm talking to the camera. So it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Can I tell the real story,
isn't that kind
Tom?
of a statement about life, though, in general?
It's all about prep. Literally, about Batman. I just proved Batman, right? It's all about the prep. You can do everything. Prep for an hour. You only need 45 seconds to finish it.
You had told me behind the scenes that they had sent you the whole script. You just had to fill in certain words. They were like, "Hi, my name is," and it's like, "Hello, my name is Tom Hutchinson."
Right.
Hutchinson. I am the writer
for the video.
Yes.
Of the new imagined Bad Kitty. Perfect, Tom. Perfect. Keep going.
Yeah, I have not seen this video. There's a way that we can do this, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We gotta
hold on one second. Let me get this shared.
I so want to play it, but I don't want it to like.
I don't know what it is. Like, I don't even know what it is. So we're gonna learn together what the hell this thing says. It better not just me for 45 seconds and then gone. I'll tell you that. That would be ridiculous.
Unless you're wearing a blonde wig.
Bad Kitty.
Tom bleached his hair for this video.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, here it is. Here's the video, guys. It doesn't tell me how long it is, so that makes me very nervous. But here we go. Let's check it out.
Oh. Can you make it larger?
And I don't have sound, so.
No sound?
No.
It's just
Hmm.
you're doing a ventriloquist act apparently with.
You have it memorized, Tom. So just go.
Yeah,
I'll
just do it again. I'll just do it again. I wonder if there's a.
Is there a share audio?
Shouldn't be. Stop sharing. There's that. There. That's on. So the volume is on there. That's weird. That's something I've never done before. So I'm not entirely sure why it's not playing for you all. Might be something that you have to be paying on the higher end of things to get video like that. I'm not sure.
So, on StreamYard, yeah.
Anyway, we'll at least take you through this, and we can all kind of look at this together because this is all new to all of us. So, of course, Bad Kitty was created in 2001. Came over to Dynamite. I don't even remember when. It was like 2012-ish, something like that. They've been doing some chaos stuff through Dynamite for a while now, but Bad Kitty was kind of just sort of on the outskirts. So I took a shot at, hey, here's what I want to do, and this is what we got to do. So Brian Peterson, Michael Maria, Shannon Mayer, Bill McKay, Rachel Holland. There it is. Woohoo! Rachel Holland. There's the last name. Maria Santapo, Joe Linsner, of course, CB Zane on the entire book. Not just that one cover, but that is his cover there. And then Chris Chua on the colors. There's some of the pages. We've shown you some of that stuff tonight, of course. How many metal covers you print? Justin, I don't know the print runs. My guess is that based on what I was hearing for them, most of what is on this campaign is going to be print to order. There is not going to be a tremendous amount of leftovers. So if they get orders for 15, they're probably going to make maybe 20, just to have some extras for comps and stuff. So
yeah,
that's
looking at the perks. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because usually if it is a limited, it will say like in the description.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Run.
Right.
And so, yeah. So I think it is print to order.
Print to order on all of this stuff. There are holofoils, of course. You can get your stuff graded if you like. There is a metal card set for all of this stuff too, which is cool. And yeah, so there it is. That's a nice, easy, simple campaign, folks. Very easy, very simple. But yeah, that is my understanding. So again, artists will get comps and so on, but the books are pretty much all going to be very low print run, depending on, orders essentially. All right. Does that make sense? Yes. Shannon Mayer. Yes. Shannon Mayer.
So, and for anybody who's not familiar with IndiGoGo, instead of like an add-on or anything else like Kickstarter has, you can pick a perk, and then once it takes you to, there's a way actually to add additional perks. So they don't, so I didn't see one. They have one like for all the holofoils, all the metals, and all the CGCs, but I don't see one for just all the regular covers. I'll double check. There's, if there is one, you can grab that. But if you want just individual or all of the regular standard covers, then you would pick a perk and then go through and then pick all the other covers that you want, the additional perks, and it would add those up. And it'll calculate shipping.
Yeah, let's see if that's the case. And then that's something that I can tell them, and they can probably just add those in. If because if someone just wants like 2 of the covers, then we want to be able to make sure.
Yeah, I see the metal trading card set. Then it goes into the metal covers. It's quite a bit of scrolling. There's a mystery envelope.
Yes, there's mystery envelopes. They are doing mystery envelopes on this.
And then the holofoils, and all the way down, and the CGC, the slabs. So I see the metal set, holofoil and bonus, and then the CGC, the slab. I don't see one for the just regular covers. Correct me if you see it and I'm missing it. Let me know.
Oh, that's, I think, what I saw too.
Okay. So yeah, Tom, if you want to ask them if that's a possibility to add in and make it easier for people.
Yep. Just send them a message. Just send them a message.
Perfect. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was working with these guys up till yesterday on all this, but I never saw the campaign. It was always just chit chat about the covers and the logos and and all that kind of stuff. So
shipping by Halloween.
Yes, and that's part of the that's part of why they're doing whatever you call it, print on demand or print order or whatever. Is they want to be able to, move it very quickly to you guys. So that's what they're trying to do. Yeah. Number 3, you're number 3 on the list. Is that what the number 3 means? I'm number 3.
Cool. Oh, no, they added something. This is a new one for me since I don't do IndiGoGo a whole lot.
Yeah.
When I click on the support this button, one of the first one that pops up is the number 1 9-pack bonus. So it looks like it has all the covers.
Okay.
So, yep. So it is there. It's just not listed on the scroll down perks, but it is, if you click the support, it's a.
Yeah, but that's not the like individuals, right? Like if you wanted the Shannon Mayer and the.
It looks like it. Yeah, it's CB's. It's the cosplay, the 2 Cosby covers, Maria's, Shannon's.
So they are there.
Bill's. Yeah. So.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Good.
It's all the standard covers. It's at least the first one that comes up on mine. I'm just not used to. That's the support this button is a new one for me, so I'm learning too.
Yeah. So I'm going to get a email back from them going, what the hell are you talking about?
Sorry about that. Learning curve.
That's fine. Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Totally fine.
Well, very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I said, we've got to be very active with the link. Although I just did a search for Bad Kitty on IndiGoGo, just a general search, and it popped up without no problem. So that's good.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know if there's like sorting mechanisms, like what's new, like what's old. Sort by. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So they only have 2 options though. They have sort by trending, which is what their sort of popularity, I guess, like Kickstarter, and then there's the most funded. So that's
I don't like their sort by options are very limited.
it's like, why can't we see what's new? But there's Bad Kitty. So actually she's in the on the trending section. Once you there's a button that says like show more. Once we show more, we're actually in that second chunk of folks there. So
awesome.
Not too far off. And if we should get a little spike, we'll be funded, and then we might even move up the chart a little bit more. Again, folks, this is all new to us. We're all kind of looking at this like, what?
Well, they did it as a flexible goal, which is nice and a lower thing. So so we're already.
Yeah, but it's also a $500 goal. So I mean, we're already.
So. Which I saw that I was like, well, that's different, but okay.
Yeah. No, we're already.
That's part of their metrics that just gets it into the system. And
well, I mean, I'm sure it plays the same way as like Kickstarter does. There's lots of people that come in and just are like, I just want $100, and that way, every time we make another $100, the percentage goes up, and the algorithm pushes us up, and on and on and on. So, again, it's all them. So we're just kind of along for the ride.
Yeah.
But everybody, if you would do us the favor, and I'm kind of tossing it around here a little bit myself already. If you would do us the favor, toss that link around.
The only thing I always have to remember with IndiGoGo is that it is essentially a pay-as-you-go. So It's not like Kickstarter and me that.
Right. That's the big difference is whatever you decide to pledge for, they'll charge you for at that moment. That doesn't mean you can't add on more stuff later.
Right.
But whatever you decide your pledge is going to be, that's how it will happen. And yeah, that's really kind of the big change. And then it's just learning the system. Like, what are you looking at? How do I add on? How, what's there, what's not, whatever. So it's all learning a system. And Dynamite uses both. They use both backer kit, whatever this is, IndiGoGo and Kickstarter. So
I think I did a campaign of theirs, I think, on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So yes, I know they do both. So.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
So I'm hoping that that Dynamite has done their diligence with their Facebooking and so on. Well, but of course, with the algorithms, you never really know what the hell's going on. So you kind of have to go directly to their pages. But the links, for those that are dropping in here, the links are in the feed. The link that was in the top, kind of curious where that goes now. The one that was for the sign up, is that even is it done? Is it redirect? Let's find out. Let's find out. Clicking it. Nope, it goes right to the campaign. Perfect.
Nice. Good.
So that's a good thing. So anybody that wants to check it out, the link is in the post at the top where we talk about what this is. So very, very easy. Click the link, go check it out. So this is a 31 day. So they're doing a full 30 days on this. Again, this is all new to me, so I'm just kind of checking it out. So now it's just a matter of taking the link, spreading it around, letting people know that we are done, or not done, but we're starting.
Yeah.
It is official.
Yeah, it is finally official.
Finally
freaking official. Yes, 100% finally official. So anybody's got any questions, now's the time. We're going to let you get back to your Tuesday evening and peruse the campaign. If anybody's got any questions, let me know now. I'll be back on tomorrow night. Comic Book Shopping Network will be doing our Doghouse Live show. So keep your eyes open for that. We are going to be getting back to Sunday sketching as well, though it looks like we're going to be moving the day, so it's no longer going to be Sunday. It's getting a little tricky with cons and football season's coming around again, and
whatever.
Sunday's getting a little weird. So we'll let you know when we pick the day, but we're thinking it might end up being Tuesday.
Okay, I can accept that.
Yeah. The shirt is David Fott's Unicorn Girl.
Yes, it is.
Love that.
I don't know. I was digging through my shirts. I'm like, I want to wear that one. So he's here with us in spirit.
Awesome.
There we go.
Love it. Love it.
That's awesome.
All right, guys. We're going to let you have your evening back. Bad Kitties Live. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. And help us spread the link over the next 30 days. I don't know if they have any plans for add-ons and stuff. I don't know if they do that. I'm unfamiliar with the systems that Dynamite does. So we're all learning. We're all figuring this out. Hopefully we have a good campaign and finish up strong and we get to do more of this.
If they do, you will get an email because they will, if you're following the campaign or you're signed up, you'll get notified if they do add stuff on. So
if they do changes, okay, good. That's good. I don't think Kickstarter does that. You have to actually make an active post. Yeah. Hey, we added a thing.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, Shawnee, for moderating. Thanks, CB. We'll see if we can get a Bad Kitty art night before this thing is over. Once we get our days finalized. So once again, guys, thank you. If anyone has,
I have one of the original CB Zane Bad Kitty He
Oh
said
yeah.
he did.
Oh yeah. Way back in the
Yeah.
day. Back in the olden times.
Back in the olden times. But I'm hanging on to it. It's mine. It's all mine.
Yes. Yay.
If you guys have any questions, feel free to jump into this chat room or just shoot me a message at any point, and I can help talk you through whatever it is that we're doing, whatever it is you need to know. And let's see, I probably got the. Nope,
Thanks,
they haven't.
Justin.
They haven't talked to me about the add-ons, so they might think we already got it figured out. So, okay, we're good to go. You can add on anything you like, folks. That's going to do it for us. We'll jump on. I'm sure we'll try and get some of the other artists to come on and do a live show from time to time. Because again, we got a month for this, so help us get it going, and we'll see you whenever we decide to see you next. Bye bye.
Night.